Hey guys, so today I'm recording a video on why I'm not going to run at Herkimer County Fair Demolition Derby ever again, or at least until they change the promoter, or they seriously get their act up around there. And right here I have on the hood of the Lumina, which, speaking of the Lumina, I will have a update coming very soon for this thing. Got some things going on with this thing. Have the engine torn apart. That headlight wasn't there in that video. I put that in shortly after, and you guys will see. Basically, I'll probably record a video today of how far it's come since then, and or maybe I'll just wait until it's running and then that's when I'll record the video. Alrighty guys, so let's address the main part of this video, and that is why I'm not going to be running at Herkimer again. These are the rules, obviously, and they're pretty decent rules, but there are some problems in the rules and some definite problems of enforcing the rules. I will explain to you right now that I do not blame people for getting around these rules. You know why they get around these rules? Because they know they can do it. And honestly, I don't blame them. Because I've only been running at Herkimer I only ran at Herkimer once technically. The other time I didn't even end up running because of the rain. And I wasn't about to run in that mess of a pit. This time around, I learned a lot more about just how far people were willing to go to stretch the rules and actually break them too. But they didn't care. They didn't care at all. They didn't enforce these rules. So let's talk about some of these rules and what wasn't enforced specifically. Okay, so first, tires, guys. No oversized or studded tires allowed. No larger than 235 15 passenger car tire, unless 16-inch are stock for the vehicle. Wheel weights must be removed. This is quite a vague rule. Before, depending on where you actually look for the rules, it actually used to say DOT tires. And mud tires as well are not allowed. And this was never said as an official rule change. So this is a very vague rule, the tires are. So people are showing up with some very aggressive mud tires and stuff like that, and they were getting passed, and I was like, what the hell? That gives them a very unfair advantage, especially with this rain, but you know, whatever. They're not going to enforce that rule very well. It was very vague, so I guess you could get around it if you wanted to. And, well, that pretty much cost me a little bit of, possibly could have caused me a win at Herkimer, but that's okay. And I don't blame the person who did it, or any of the people who did it that day, or the next day for doing it, because they knew they could get away with it, one, and two, well, that's the way it is when you know you're not going to get caught for something like that, or they're not going to enforce the rules. Why not do it? Let's see. So another huge issue I had is I was seeing cars show up with chrome heavy bumpers, and I'm just like, that ain't no stock bumper on a Camry. I'm more or less talking about not the one that was on the guy I was in my derby. That bumper wasn't as beefy as some of the ones I saw show up on the front of Camrys and other vehicles. They were quite beefy bumpers, and it says you can only bolt the bumpers. Let's see, where is that rule? Okay, general preparation. No special bumpers or reinforcements allowed. And actually, it used to say, if I am missing it here, I might be. It used to say bumpers can only be bolted on. And no welding, and under that rule right there it says no welding of any kind except the doors. People are showing up with welded on what I would consider special bumpers. That's me. Like I said, the rules are vague. It's not very good rules as far as saying what is and isn't allowed. It just says special bumpers. Special bumpers could be, in my opinion, chrome heavy set bumpers. Those are pretty special bumpers because they're from old cars, and they're a lot tougher than what come on front wheel drive 90s, 2000s. They're a lot tougher than that, and also square tubing, you know, all that kind of hard bumpers. So I would have personally considered chrome bumpers special bumpers, but that was not the case there. So the quite a few cars came with welded on bumpers, which I was like, hey, that isn't allowed, but I didn't actually say anything because, you know, I knew that they were going to pass them anyway, and they did, especially after I saw what they did to inspect my car. So this is essentially the same type of car, obviously. And you know what they did to inspect my car? They painted it and walked away. They didn't even look at it. They didn't even look at my car. Nobody looked at my car. It was one person, and they just painted an OK or something on the dash, and that was it. Nobody inspected my car. And that is a serious, serious, serious issue. One, I could have cheated the hell out of my car and nobody would have ever known, which I didn't, obviously, but two, that's a safety hazard. That's a total safety hazard. And I am not going to run at a derby that isn't going to point out safety hazards. On my Buick Regal, I had a serious safety hazard that I did not see, and nor did they point out when I ran originally. And I just realized this wiper's a little, oh, there we go. It was just messed up a little bit. So on my Regal, if you guys remember, I used to have a battery box that was a little bit different design than what I have now. It was sitting right under the dash there where that paper is, basically. And as far as, you know, design, it was okay. It had four, you know, it was a box design. The problem is it had nothing on the top. So that battery, if I got rolled over or hit really hard, could have literally just came out. Just came straight out of the box. And I didn't realize it. And the officials really didn't even look at it when I ran my Regal. And that was a serious safety issue. And just imagine what could have happened this time. Let's say somebody didn't get a gas line on their gas tank correctly, and it was about ready to pop off like a pressure line, and they wouldn't have caught it. Not at all. So, yeah, it was just disgraceful in my opinion. Very, very bad. That bothered me the most. The safety, there was no safety check, and there was no inspection, which unfortunately is probably the largest reason why I'm not going to go back, because I'm not going to run at a derby that they're not inspecting cars and not checking for safety. I'm not going to sit there and wait for somebody to get hurt, whether it's my fault or, well, whether it was because of me hitting them, which it wouldn't have been my fault because it was never checked in the first place for safety, or you know, I'm not going to watch somebody get taken off in an ambulance just because something could have been prevented. So, of course, I am still going to record Herkimer, but I very much disagree with the way it's ran. I should have never ran at it because of the way the rules are enforced. So, and also, obviously, the inspections. The inspections are top priority as far as that goes, and they just weren't done. So, unfortunately, guys, I will not be running at Herkimer again. Hopefully you guys understand. If any of you are watching this video and you're the one that may have stretched the rules a little bit, you know, I'm not blaming you. I'm not. Honestly, I think that if you can get away with it, you know, what's stopping you? You know, that's my opinion. I personally wouldn't do it, even if I knew I could get away with it. Not gonna do it. But I know a lot of guys there that, you know, in my opinion, probably would do it just to, you know, because they won't get caught for it. That's why. They won't get caught for it. So, and I don't blame them. Like I said, I know I just keep on saying that, but you have to understand me. I don't blame them for doing that kind of stuff. So, alrighty guys. So like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more updates. That's basically the rundown of why I'm not going to run at Herkimer County Fair Demolition Derby anymore. Unfortunately, it is what it is. So, alrighty guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.